What is going on, my friends and family? Welcome to Beyond the Podcast. I have my special guest to my right.
It's me, John.
Obese to Beast. You guys probably know him. Everybody loves him. If you are wondering how you can support this podcast, all you have to do is use AmazonBrian.com whenever you're going to purchase anything on Amazon, since everybody already uses Amazon, and that will help support the podcast, help us keep doing weekly podcasts and whatnot. A small portion of your proceeds go back into this. So today we're going to talk about competition prep. Where we are 24 hours essentially, maybe like 36 hours out from stepping on stage, making this official.
So if this is the worst podcast ever, that's why.
Exactly. Yeah, we are in the middle of the prep, and we're definitely diet brained out, so please excuse us. But I thought this would be like the most relevant time to talk about this.
Oh, yeah.
When we're going through it, instead of like
sure.
the hindsight thing, right? So we're just going to ramble on, and I hope you guys enjoy listening. Kind of, I guess this is kind of like diving into the mindset of contest prep dudes.
Yes, the mindset.
So let's talk about it, man. Let's chop it up.
Let's do it.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good right now. The one thing I do want to, I think, talk about just personally for me is I didn't realize honestly, how hard it was going to be.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, because obviously when I lost the first like initial 170 pounds, that was difficult, right? Obviously it was huge. It was a huge thing, right?
Especially at the time with your perspective.
Yeah, exactly. But it's different than this has been, I think, because when I was doing that, there was like times when I can, have a treat and stuff like that. And it wasn't really that big of a deal. But now when it comes to contest prep, it's like, it's not as easy to kind of have those treats, or it's not as easy to just kind of like maybe have a bad day and be like, okay, well, I'll move on from it. It's like, if you have a bad day, maybe in the beginning it's not that big of a deal, but once you get towards the end, it's like that can really mess it up. So you just don't, which is kind of nice because you never mess up.
Yeah.
But it's still like, it just weighs on you a lot more.
It makes it a lot more penultimate. Like, instead of it being a very broad sweep of like, oh, you need to lose weight over time, and if you mess up, and it's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you get closer and closer and closer, that broad street that you're running on becomes more and more and more and more and more narrow, and then you're like, shoot, man, my feet are slipping off the sides as I'm running, man.
Yeah.
Trying to stay away from the bad diet sodas and stuff for like a week out, all this crazy stuff, man.
Yeah, it's the one thing I think it's done is it's given me a lot more, I don't want to say respect, but I guess kind of respect for people that do compete, because I didn't realize how really difficult it was and how much stuff goes into it other than just don't eat as much and work out.
When people ask or talk about like, oh yeah, you guys gonna compete? I've been thinking about competing for my first time and stuff. I always encourage people to do it, because even if it's not something you're gonna get into, even if it's not gonna like reward you in any real way, like physically or monetarily, it broadens your perspective a lot. And it gives you a new idea of like who you are, who your taste buds are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
Like, one thing we always mention back and forth to each other, or when we're talking to other people in tandem about the competition, is we'll be like, yeah, so one of the things we've noticed with food is that like carrots
are so sweet.
Yeah, like carrots, corn, spinach, broccoli. I can taste the sweetness in all of those things. Whereas if I'm like in the middle of the bulk and I'm like, cranking down oats and all this other delicious stuff, a carrot is just going to taste like a carrot.
I love that you said oats as is that's like gets crazy dirty stuff like oatmeal.
It gets bad up in here, man. We have like 4 servings of oat.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. We're so diet brain right now.
Dude, seriously diet brain. But I love this process. I couldn't be one of those people that competes every 3 months.
Oh my gosh, that's insane to me.
It's not fun.
How do you live?
Yeah, exactly. That's why this is fun, is because I like putting myself through this. I like the challenge of this all. I like how like this, it doesn't like stop your life, but it like lots of stuff is inhibited by it.
Yeah.
It makes life.
Unless you work really hard to make it not. You know what I mean? Like, it's so easy to just sit and do nothing.
Oh, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could sit and just stare at a wall and just think about literally nothing. And I can't,
Never have I experienced diet brain so hard as this last competition, because I think this time I've kind of like nailed how I wanted to approach the prep, and I did it correctly this time. And it's not like in any sort of an unsafe way or anything like that. A lot of people like, oh, that's so unhealthy for you and stuff. But no. It's just like the way we approach our diet and whatnot, the way our cardio is and whatnot. we approach this one spot in the day where it's like the peak of diet brain, because you and I both like to save the majority of our calories towards the end of the day, and we also like to get all of our exercise done in the beginning of the day.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah.
Right after that beginning of the day workout is that midday, like 3 to 4 hour period before we get that food. So that 3 and 4 hour period is
we're useless.
We're starting to just fade out and flatten, and it is. I actually kind of enjoy it. It's not like I would want to be diet brain all the time, but again, like I'm saying, just because we're doing this once, in this year, it's like not something we're constantly doing. It's fun to see how your body reacts to diet brain.
Yeah. It's crazy how just calm your mind can be.
Yeah.
Seriously, like just nothing in there. Yeah. It's like just empty.
I feel like I understand why people can watch TV now. You know what I mean? I can sit down
for hours and hours and hours.
I watched 6 episodes of Drunk History last night.
Yeah.
I would never do that.
Yeah.
Ever. Maybe one episode at tops, and then I'd be like, I'm bored of I'm too idle right now.
Yeah.
But it's okay when you're like contest prep, you're like, I'm idle and it feels so nice to do nothing.
Exactly. Totally agree.
I want to touch on a couple topics
Let's do it.
Just to keep this kind of like very pointed and whatnot. But first off, I do want to just point out the detail that Obese to Beast, this is his first time competing ever.
I never ever thought I was gonna do it.
No, I didn't either.
Because I had a YouTube channel, and it wasn't that big or anything like that, but like people would ask every once in a while, and I remember thinking like, no, I'll never compete. Are you crazy? I'm never gonna do that. Like, first off, like I don't think I have what it takes, and then the second half was like, it's not something I really want to do. But then like watching more and more people compete, watching you compete the last year, watching other YouTubers compete, like it just was like, hey man, like this is what I really wanted to do, and we've kind of talked about this recently. Was competing for me is gonna be fun, and that's gonna be great. But it's literally these moments, like what we're doing right now, and the videos I made, peak week videos for the whole week, and one video for every week of peak week, right? That's why I wanted to compete, to have that experience and be able to share it with people. And it's been amazing, and I'm really really glad that I did it. Will I compete again? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I couldn't tell you right now, especially.
And that's good.
But it's been awesome, and I'm incredibly excited for Saturday.
I like that you said that, man. I really like that you said that, because it really is the journey, as cliche as that sounds.
Oh my gosh,
right? Everyone's always like the grind, the journey, the journey. But honestly, it really is. It's very interesting. Like this is one of the little subcategories I kind of wanted to touch on about contest prep, is like relationships, friendships, things like that. In like in a husband and wife relationship or something, for example, if you just have everything set up, your parents, maybe everybody, like you and your wife both have tons of money, you've never really had to go through anything struggling, so you're just happy all the time, but you never actually have to go through something together, and that like journey, that difficult hardship, going through it together, it like forges a stronger relationship. As cheesy as it sounds, I feel like just in the last 4 weeks, you and I have gotten so much closer because we've had to struggle.
Yeah, that's funny that you said. Yeah, I was just thinking about like me and Jessie, which is my girlfriend, but me and you, as far as like our friendship and stuff like is concerned, I feel like doing cardio together every single day has strengthened our relationship.
I know, it's funny.
But like it's for sure. And then with my girlfriend, with Jessie, it's definitely made our relationship stronger because it's made it harder.
Yeah.
And we've been able to get through that, because when I'm bulking and stuff, I can go out to eat all the time and it's not a problem, and blah, blah, blah. And like, I'm not just saying it's only the not going out to eat that's hard, but it's like not going out to eat, or even like not just even hanging out as much, just because I know that I'm moody. And then just having to be a lot more understanding about things and things like that. It's just really showed me, what annoys me, when people are late, that really, really, really upsets me, and I will show it. If you're late to a thing that you're not supposed to be at, like right now, especially with diet brain, I will get so upset, and I'll just be like, I don't want to talk to you, right? So it's just made us stronger as a relationship, because we've been able to get through it. And I'm really excited to see what the relationship turns into once I start being able to go out more and not have to worry as much and like be so needy, So I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, man, I think it's a really powerful thing, because it strengthens you in the weakest times of your own personality.
Yeah.
Whereas it's easy to be friendly when you're happy. It's easy to get along with somebody when you're happy, but to get along with somebody when they're being bad people when they're, when they're checked out, or when they're irritable, or they're angry, they're hungry, they're sad, whatever the emotional problem is. Like, if you can still be a friend with that person when they're being like that, I think that's where you really like start to get to know somebody, because all the front end of social interaction is gone. You're no longer like presenting yourself the way you want to present yourself. You're literally just like, I'm sorry, dude, I forgot what I was saying in the middle of that conversation. Yeah. or can you repeat yourself, dude? I'm so sorry. I was just blanking out, man. Yeah. Or whatever it is, man. And like, for example, the reason that I'm saying like our friendship has strengthened is I already have like a ton of little nuances and things that I pick up about you from the whole like year or 2 years that we've known each other. But especially in this contest prep, I've never seen you have to diet like this. I've seen you diet pretty much the whole time I've known you. But dieting like this, man, I can tell, and I'll be like, no, listen, he's fine. He's just he's got about 2 hours till he goes home and gets food in. He's not mad at you. Like at the gym,
he's just blank faced.
Legit, and I'll tell people that like at the gym after an interaction or something, they'll be like, did I like irritate him or something? I'm like, no, it's cool, man. I understand his mind, bro.
Yeah. So the way it works almost every time, like me and Brian might finish cardio, right? Or it's even worse, before we finish lifting and then we're about to do cardio. Right? Yeah. And almost every time we'll be like in the locker room, maybe go to the bathroom, and then we'll kind of maybe be like posting our pictures on Instagram, and then someone will come up and start talking to us. And by that time, I am pretty much checked out. And so they'll start talking to Brian, and he'll talk back, but I won't really respond. And it's not because I don't want to talk to the person, but it's just because I'm literally dreading cardio so much that my mind is literally on the stairs. Like I have to be on those stairs for 40 minutes. So I want to get, and it's not, maybe it sounds bad, but it's like I want to get this conversation over with so I can start cardio, so the cardio can be done. Yeah. And Brian can see that in my face when I just start. I'll stare to the ground and I'll just look and wait for the conversation to be over. I'm never trying to be mean. It's just that's how I have to do it so I can get cardio done.
Exactly. And I know that because I know you. And it's funny because other people will be like, wow, I think he hates me or something like that. But it's just like literally you're just, I don't know, you just checked out. It's just it's difficult sometimes, man. But I think it's powerful because as you are going through it yourself, you like, for example, I still have to put up my 4 videos a week. I still have to go drive up to CT's and produce a video for him. Yeah. I still have to hit my deadlines. There's all these things that you still have to do. While they were easier before and they might have stressed you out before, now you're really having to go through stress.
That's true. But then when you're done, you're going to be like, this is so easy now. Exactly. Like, that's what I'm looking forward to, man. I'm looking forward to being able to, because like for me, man, my mood is freaking crazy right now. There'll be days when I want to record and then days when I don't. So recording a video every day this week has been hard. And I know they're just vlogs, but sometimes like I just don't want to be in front of a camera. I had a video where I ended it super early because I was like, you guys, I don't want to be in front of a camera right now. I need to end this, right? So I'm really looking forward to just, because I know once this cut is over and once I'm able to eat more and, whatever, I'll be in a better mood. So I'll be able to record and I won't even have to worry about it. And then I'll be able to think about videos more and stuff like that. But right now it's just literally taking everything in me to record videos, edit them every single day and put them up, and like
everything
that's
is so
all
much
the energy that I have.
Yeah. Performing at your worst is, I feel like it's so much more advancing than performing at your best.
Oh yeah. It gives you another level.
It's like you're performing with your core essence of who you are versus the hypey energy that you just have from all the caffeine and food and all that other crap you have. You have to like really dig down deep. I know it's so cliche, but you have to like tell yourself to do things. And then that's the point where you develop self-discipline. Yeah,
definitely. And I feel like everything that we're talking about, if you've never dieted down like this, it probably sounds like we're just complaining crazy. Yeah. But like I feel like if you are listening to this, did I say watching? If you are listening to this and you have competed, I really feel like you probably know exactly where we're coming from.
Oh yeah, people are they're gonna relate.
Yeah. I hope so. At least maybe everyone else competing is like, they're babies, man. I'm fine.
This is easy. Like LP, he's like, this is easy. Y'all stupid, bro. No, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, one of the biggest parts of my personality, I think, is that I want to experience new things to broaden my perspective and understand new stuff. And if you never went through this, when you're talking to other people who've gone through this, when you're seeing content about this, whatever the hell it is, you just don't understand, no matter how hard you try. And if it's an opportunity for me to do it, then why the hell not do it at least once so I go through it, you know?
Yeah. It's going to be, I don't care how I literally do not care how I place at the show. Man. I do not care at all. Having the photos for me just to show people, or even have for myself, just to be like, yo, look what I did, you know? And like, this is something that I went out, set out to do it, and I did it. Did I win? No. Like, does that matter to me? No. You know, I just had the goal, accomplished that, and it's just another, like, I guess, trophy in the trophy case or whatever, you know? Like, it's just something that I was able to accomplish that I set out to do, and I did it.
Yeah, man, it's a chapter to your book, man. It's a powerful one.
Exactly.
Just like if you, if you're an artist or something, you have an album, and you would go back and you're like, this is one of my first albums. This is one I was struggling the hardest in my life to be creative.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I was doing that.
Absolutely.
So, like, for you, for example, you're gonna be like, the first time I competed was in 2016, and it's like 2024, and you can be like, and that was the first time I pushed myself as hard as I possibly could when it came to dieting. It's just, I think it's a powerful, very interesting thing.
Absolutely.
But I'm like moving on from relationships. I want to say one more thing.
Okay.
With my girlfriend, it has been it's been interesting, man. And like you said, it's definitely strengthened the relationship, just simply because you get to see what you wouldn't have seen in that other person up to this point. For example, what I'm saying is, like, if I was like, you know me, most of you guys know me, I'm not an irritable person. Yeah. I'm not a mean person. None of that stuff. I'm usually so jovially happy. It's like, it's very easy to get along with me. I kind of just try to make it easy for everyone. But I would never get to see how my girlfriend reacts to me being a dick. You know, I never get to see how she would react to me snapping at her. And I think that stuff's important, because say you get married to somebody down the line 3 years from now, and you're going through a tough time in your life, and it's forced on you. It's not your choice this time to go through this damn challenging thing. It's just like, oh, damn it, I'm so irritable, I'm so angry. And then you find out that your girlfriend, your wife or whatever, cannot support you through that. And that's not a good, I don't think that's a good relationship. I think that's something that you should be testing the waters with. And I feel like that's one of the reasons that this strengthens you, because you either find out that the person is great at it, or you both work on it to make it something that, like, you both understand, because it's new for both parties. Like, for the girlfriend party, like, dude,
absolutely,
that's difficult, man.
They're competing with us.
That's a hard position to be in.
They're prepping with us.
That's a really hard position to be in, man.
I agree, man.
Because
100%, dude.
Especially because they aren't going through it, so they don't actually even know. They're getting, like, a delayed reaction of what we're going through, and so they have to, like, preemptively react to how we're feeling.
Yeah, man. I couldn't even imagine, like, dealing with us and then not going in the diet as hard as we are, because you're just like, why are you freaking out right now? Like, what's going on? This is not normal. And in your head, it is completely okay what you're doing. Yeah. You know what I mean? And like, they're the ones that are wrong, but in reality, totally not true.
Like you said the other day, you're like, I woke up, man, and I was like, I knew it. I felt really bad. I felt like it was going to be a terrible day. So I texted my girlfriend as soon as I got up, and I said, dude, I'm really sorry. It's one of those days. Yeah. I'm going to be a piece of crap today. I'm feeling terrible and tired.
And that's something that I learned on this cut. Like, I have to be just talk to her more, and like just be more open with that stuff, because like the person, like, I guess the pride in me makes me want to not say anything and be like, no, I'll be fine. I'll be able to handle it. But in reality, I'm not. I don't handle it well. Yeah. So just say it, and then if things happen that, you know, get out of hand, that sucks. You know what I mean? Like, if you get angry or whatever, but hopefully the other party will understand, okay, he texted me this in the morning. Does it make me being a jerk? Okay, no, not at all. But it just gives that, you know, there's a little bit of extra cushion, I guess. Yeah.
You get to see how you actually react to things instead of how you want your personality, or how you want to think that you react to things. Yeah. You're like, I'm always great. I'm a great, pleasant person to be around. No.
Nope. In reality, you're Satan.
You're spitting fire because you can't eat food till like 6
or man. Jeez, dude.
Speaking of food, man, let's talk about how food has changed. The perspective has changed so much, man.
Yeah.
So much. I mean, in general, because we're dieting, you know, it hasn't been too necessarily hard. Of course, it's like, you know, I'd like to be able to eat whatever I want and all that stuff. Yeah. But in these last like 3-4 weeks, man.
Yeah. it's been
kind of hard.
It's been difficult. It's funny. I've been eating so much more vegetables than ever before,
Yeah.
and like just seeing the value. Like you just learn to see the value in high volume, low calorie food, and just you search for it.
That's a good point.
And when you find it, you get so excited, and
Yeah.
then like I'll just have to share it with you, or like you have to share it with me. And
Yeah,
we're just
man.
like, dude, have you had spaghetti squash recently?
Yeah.
You need to try it.
Put it in your
It's
pasta.
amazing. Like,
Which is like on a bulk, you'd be like,
no, I don't want to eat that.
I don't have time to eat
Yeah,
that. That's too many
exactly.
chews, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. You like massively appreciate these things that you would never give a damn about.
Mhm.
Like, for example, when I was bulking, speaking of pasta, I would put 1 serving of black bean pasta into my 4 servings of regular, whole wheat pasta.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't really like the black bean pasta. I was just doing it because it has 25 grams of protein. So
Uh-huh.
it's a great way to add protein in there. But now I love black bean pasta.
Oh yeah, you eat it every single day.
Dude, like I want to eat that 3 times a day,
Mhm.
every single day for the rest
Yeah.
of my life. Like this isn't gonna happen. But I wouldn't mind if after the competition, if I was like on an island somewhere and the only thing that was provided with me was the same meals I've been eating, except I could just eat as many portions of those same meals as possible.
Uh-huh.
Like that would be fine.
Yeah.
Like having 2 times the amount of shake that I have in the
Yeah.
morning. Oh, if I had 2 times
Yeah.
the oats with
Mhm.
a little bit extra cocoa powder and peanut
Yeah.
butter in there, man, and like a big whopping bowl of black bean pasta.
Oh man, that sounds good. It sounds good, dude.
And I can't even think about eating like certain things that I was eating on a semi-regular basis when I was at the very end of my bulk, when it's
Mhm.
a lot less important to be very specific. Like I would eat like a whole plate of French fries with beans and
Yeah.
guacamole all over it. Now, like if I ate that right now, I'd be like, I probably shouldn't eat anything for the rest of the day until I go to bed.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny that you say that because people keep asking me, what are you gonna eat? Like, what's the first
Yeah,
thing you're gonna
man.
eat? And then like they're expecting me like to say pizza,
Whole
or
pizza.
a whole pizza, and
Whole
I'm just
gallon
like,
ice cream.
I couldn't even imagine eating that. And maybe that's just me because I'm one day out, but
Yeah.
like I couldn't even imagine because when I think of food, I've always kind of been like, well, when I've been losing weight, I always think about how am I going to feel afterwards?
Yeah.
And I even do that now. Like sometimes I'll eat a bunch of veggies and I know I'm probably not going to feel that great afterwards because I'm going to have a lot of bloat,
Yeah.
but it's worth it because blah, blah, blah. Right.
Yeah.
But like, I just know that if I ate that much just sauce and sodium and then obviously cheese and the grease, I would feel terrible after. Like, so, I mean, I still don't even really know what I'm going to eat after the competition, like the couple days after, but
I still think we should make a list so we're safe about it.
Yeah.
Be controlled.
yeah, talk about the list.
Yeah, man. I've done 2 competitions. This is my 3rd competition coming up, and every time, everyone always says the same stuff. No matter who you are, you always think, "Yeah, man, I'm just gonna go hard for the day after, and then I'll be fine, and I'll get right back to my diet, and we'll reverse, and then we'll do a lean bulk, and it'll be all fun, bro." But you're used to, like we've been saying, you're used to eating all these foods where your taste buds are now brought up. We call it diet buds.
Yeah, diet taste buds.
Diet
pretty
taste
much.
buds. Yeah. So like everything's sweet, everything's tasty and stuff. And so when you go and have the first bite of something that's extremely off of what
You're
you've
like,
been eating.
Bring!
Yeah, dude. No,
Just
man.
Unicorns come out.
It's terrible. Like literally, I cannot even stop myself because
Oh yeah, I couldn't even.
especially on competition night because your water's been all kind of weird all day.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be rough.
You're
man.
mad tired.
Mhm.
Maybe your sodium's been down if
And
whatever
you're
you're doing.
with a bunch of people usually. Like you're not just eating it by yourself. So you're with a bunch of friends that are like, yeah, eat a donut. Here's a cupcake.
Yeah,
Here,
and everyone,
take this.
it's like this huge
Yeah.
thing that like you should eat everything and stuff yourself until you die because you finished competition. So get as fat as you can in 5 hours.
Oh, jeez, man.
It's so what I've been thinking with this competition, because all the other ones I have messed up, man, where I'll have one bite of a cookie or something, and then I'll eat like 12 cookies in a row or whatever the issue is. Like I'll have a bunch of just like something terrible. This time I'm thinking instead of letting myself accidentally taste something good and then just go hard into it without thinking or premeditating it all, I think it'd be cool to write down a list of like, here are the 10 things that I want to get. So it's like, I want to have one of these days, I want to have 2 bowls of pho. One of these days, I want to have 2 plates of fries. One day I want to have cheesecake from this place.
Yeah.
I
think that's a great idea.
And then
really
then go down the list and cross them off. So that way you're looking at it and you're being like, okay, we're getting close to the end of the list. So I need to start preparing my mental status that like this is getting a little bit over.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to keep eating like a dirty person. I'm just going to eat a little bit less tight.
Yeah.
And that's the hardest thing. It's been such a struggle for me this whole time, every competition. So I'm going to try to approach this in a lot different ways.
Yeah, I've been kind of thinking about this, and it's literally like it's hard to think right now about that stuff because I'm so used to eating the same food every
It's
single
not even
day.
your reality.
Every single day.
It doesn't even sound like real stuff.
So I'm just like, I don't know, more oatmeal,
right?
I guess,
right?
like with protein powder in it now, like
yeah. So I'm trying to figure out what to eat after competition. Like literally, I'm trying to figure out what to have on me for after competition. I can't think of something that I want to bring.
Yeah, other than like the same stuff that we've already been. Yeah,
I'm just gonna bring Gardein, bro.
You're just gonna bring black bean pasta with you.
Dude, I'm like legit. The only thing I got today that was for competition is gonna be chocolate coconut chips.
Oh yeah, dude, I saw those. Those look good. It's funny that you mentioned like kind of like binging like crazy. The one thing I kind of wanted to say that I'm just really proud of about myself for this. I'm not sure if a lot of you guys know, but I used to really struggle with binge eating a lot when me and Brian first met, actually, because I would do the thing where I would eat maybe 2,000 calories for a couple days and then just binge out on 4,000 calories or more, usually more, and then go back to 2,000 or maybe cut down like the next day, not eat anything, blah, blah, blah. You know how it is. You know how binging is. So I was first super nervous of bulking when we first bulked, a year ago. Jesus, crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy how fast it goes.
When we first started doing that, because like I had never eaten in a surplus on purpose and tried to gain weight on purpose, controlled,
Yeah,
I was able to do that, and that was huge. And like even at the peak of my bulk, I didn't think of myself as fat or overweight at all. I didn't. I think I did a really good job for myself. And then cutting, obviously, it was funny. Like I was excited to cut at first because I was like, I'm ready to cut. But it got so hard the last, I would say probably like the last month, because that's when we started like cutting out going out to eat. And like for me, I can push back my calories throughout the whole day. So if I can go out to eat, it's fine. It's really not that big of a deal. It kind of sucks earlier in the day, but then once you start cutting that stuff out, it was starting to get really hard for me. So it was starting to get hard. So I was getting nervous. Like, man, I really don't want to start just binging like crazy.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm proud to say that I didn't have one day where I messed up my calories. And that's huge for me, man. Like that was something I was so nervous about. Like the main goal I had for this competition was to go on stage feeling like I did the best that I could, and I really feel like I did that. And that's like the biggest reward that I could have given myself, I feel like.
That's what's up. That's what I'm saying, man. It's the challenge that is the reward, not the fucking first, second, third.
Yeah.
Like, the numbers are stupid, man.
Yeah.
And if you're concentrating on that, I think you're concentrating on the wrong thing. But I was nervous about that too with you, because this is the first time you've done this very pointed and much smaller, like it's more condensed of a cut. Before it was like 12 months or something like that.
Cut forever.
Yeah. And for this, it's like there are 16 weeks left, and each week it gets a little harder because hormonally and physiologically your body is getting lower in body fat, so it is craving more. So I totally, because literally today I was going through some of your older videos, and I came across the one that said I think it was like I binged today, or I messed up and binged.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, man, I remember when you were going through like those little things like, damn, dude, I binged, I'm bloated, man. It really sucks. I feel so bad today. You go through the workout and you're like, dude, my stomach is so hard right now.
I remember that.
Remember?
Yep.
Yeah, man.
I remember that.
And to be fair, man, you've been very, very tight on this, and I think that's freaking awesome. I've messed up a few times. I'm not even like afraid to admit it, but like I've had a few times where I get to the end of the day. It sucks too. It's stupid. Like you go to bed at like 1 o'clock, right? So it's like 12:45, and you just finished your last meal, and it's like it's totally okay. Just go to bed. Like but then for some reason you like look over and you're like, I'll just have a bite.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, I'll just have a little bite of that protein bar, and I'll put it back, and it'll just be an extra 40 calories, and it's not it's negligible.
Yeah.
And then you eat the whole bar, and then you eat another bar, and then you're like, what the fuck did I just do? And I literally have eaten like 2.5 cookies, 2 bars of Cliff Bars, and now I'm over by like 1,400 calories.
One time I binged at work. When I was working at 24 Hour Fitness, I bought a box of Quest bars. I forget which flavor. I think it was it was the white chocolate raspberry, because I like those ones, but I don't like them that much. And that's why I bought it, because they're so sweet. So I was like, in my head, I was like, okay, if I was even telling my coworkers, if I buy these ones, I won't eat a bunch at a time. Because that's what I always did, dude. Seriously.
A whole box?
Not a whole box, but I ended up eating, I think, 7 bars when I was just at work.
Holy fiber.
It was, dude. Terrible. And I couldn't believe it. I was just like, because I was just thinking,
that's weird,
20 grams of protein, that's good. 20 grams. And I'm not thinking that they're 220 calories each. Like, dude, that's the only time that I've ever binged and like not been in my room alone. But like, that was crazy. It was because you brought up bars, but
Yeah, man.
Like I've dealt with it, man. I've been there.
It's weird, man. It's terrible. But yeah, man, like it's really cool to see you and LP.
Mm-hmm.
LP, by the way, is my brother. If you guys don't know him, Lanky Progress TV.
Yeah.
And so this is his first competition as well. A much different story than Obese to Beast. So Obese to Beast lost a bunch of weight. Now
literally
he's going
the exactly opposite. Yeah.
He went from LP went from being gangly skinny to now having muscle mass. So it's the exact opposite spectrum. But it's both you guys' first competition, and it has made me so fucking stoked and proud to see each of you guys take it like overly serious to the point that it doesn't necessarily need to be taken that tightly and seriously. But you're doing it because, like you said, you want to be proud of yourself. You want to do as best as you possibly can. So like you'll text me sometimes and you'll be like, you'll ask me a question that you already almost know the answer to.
Yeah, no, I do, but I just want to make sure.
Yeah, man. And you just want to make sure that you're on point and you're not being detrimental to your progress at all. And that has been like the coolest thing to see. And you saying, you didn't binge or mess up, anything like that. Like I can attest to that. It has been awesome to see it, man. And it's like such a huge shift from the person I met like a year and a half ago at the gym.
Yeah, seriously, like I'm really proud of myself for that, but I do understand, obviously you guys are like listening to us talking before the competition, so I haven't dealt with the after effects of that and see, but I'm going to try my hardest, and I really think, at least in my mind, that I'll be able to handle it. You know, I'll have a few days where I eat what I want, but I think that I'll be able to get to a point where it's like I'm able to handle it, and I feel like I'm not going overboard too much. But I mean, obviously, only time will tell. But I'm excited to take that on too, you know, and see what happens and see what I do. So
yeah, I'm excited.
You know, obviously, we'll be talking to each other and we'll be letting you. Hey, bro, ate 27 pieces of pizza yesterday, and that was lunch. So so
legit though. No, like seriously, man, I'm gonna text you or I'm gonna see you at the gym that first week back.
Oh yeah.
And it's gonna be like, yo, man, I feel terrible today, or I feel good today. You know, like I went to bed without eating, or dude, I had 15 cookies and my stomach is hurting now. I'm gonna eat nothing for like another 4 hours because it still hurts.
Yeah,
it's cool to see the shift in your perspective and your mind when you're going through this. I think the reason that it's so difficult to not binge afterwards is not only because you're dieting and stuff, and then you want to eat more calories because you've been dieting for so long, but because the way that we specifically do this is we like to take preservatives out about 2 weeks out from competition. We like to take artificial sweeteners down to as low as we can possibly handle.
Yeah, which is freaking hard.
It's really hard, man, because
so hard.
When I'm dieting, I know it's not the healthiest thing ever, but it helps me a lot to cope with my hunger by just having a Diet Coke. Not a big deal, just one quick one, and then I'm like, I have no desire to binge or do anything stupid. And because we like so get down to the wire with everything from front to back, and especially these last couple of days, you have to keep low fiber. You have to.
Well, the thing that's hard is like you get this mindset. You're like, I've already cut out so much, and now I'm expected to cut out even more. And then you're just like, in your head, you're just like, screw that. Like, I don't want to do that, you know? But it's necessary.
And when you're doing it, and if you do decide to do it and you stay disciplined about it, you're like in the cleanest, I guess, clean, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Cleanest of clean. You're doing the best of the best of the best
you're
of the
washing
best of the
all
best.
your food with soap and water.
Yeah.
Like that clean.
It's sparkly motherfucking clean.
Yes.
Man. Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean.
Not even using pepper on stuff.
Seriously though, like not even using like certain cinnamon toppings and stuff on your coffee because it has like maltodextrin and then some other preservatives and stuff. Yeah. And then when you go back to eating, whatever you're like after competition, it's not just like stopping from a normal cut to now you're able to eat maintenance and stuff. It's like now you're able to have any sweetener you want, any soda you want, anything you want at all. And I think that's why it's so hard. Your body rebounds. Your mind is just like so excited because you like we said, we have these diet taste buds, so we're used to this stuff tasting good. And then when you have something that's actually really tasty, it
doesn't even register, man. It'll just be like, what the heck was that?
It's like you're in the 1960s and you're watching a 4D IMAX movie.
Okay, yeah.
And you're like, I want to watch another one right now. I will pay $50 to pay. You know what I'm saying?
That
like,
blew my mind.
It's because you're so far past the spectrum of 1 to 10. You're like on -6, and then all of a sudden you get to do as much as you want, all the way up to 10. So yeah, it becomes very difficult. But the mindset change is really interesting. this is something I want to point out. When you're at the top of your bulk, you're thinking as a bulker. When you're at the top of your cut or the end of your cut, you're thinking as a cutter. And what I'm saying by that is when I look back at a picture of myself at the beginning of my cut, the end of my bulk, now at the very end of my cut, as shredded as I can possibly get, I think like, okay, listen, I don't think like, damn, I look fat, like I look like a piece of shit. But I'm just like, whoa, I thought I was pretty cut back then. My face had a lot of roundness.
Yeah, dude. Oh my gosh. Like I'll look at pictures and like I don't think I'm fat, but I'm like, wow, I was chubby.
Juxtaposed.
Like I did not realize that I had so much body fat on me. And the thing that's crazy is, man, like I was maybe 210 pounds, and like I'm about 180 now.
Yeah.
Like I did not think I had 30 pounds on me to lose.
Yeah.
That blows my mind, man.
Crazy.
Like that blows, even if it's just 25 pounds. I didn't think that I had that, and I did. You know what I mean? And I probably could lose more, but I'd just probably die. But you know, like, but that's it's crazy. And I'm sure
Isn't it weird.
And I'm sure, like you've said before, when I get to bulking, I'm gonna look at cutting stuff and be like, man, I was so tiny and small.
Skinny.
Like I didn't have any muscle on me. Why did I even compete? Like what the heck? Yeah.
It becomes a cycle, man. It literally becomes a cycle, and you can make it like a good thing for yourself.
Oh yeah, I bet.
You know, you don't have to be negative about everything. Like you know, the other side of what I was on was better than I am now, and then you get there, and then you're like, the other side was better. I'm always piece of shit.
Yeah. Grass is always greener, kind of thing.
Exactly. It's just interesting to look back.
It is,
especially if you. Because I feel like we analyze ourselves. We kind of forced to.
Yeah.
We're forced to analyze our mental situations and what we're going through every single week and stuff. So it's interesting because we've already taken note. Like, for example, we're talking right now about how we're feeling right now.
Yeah.
So we're going to remember exactly what all this felt like when we're at the top of our bulk. So we can still respect the fact that we were like, wow, man, I feel really proud of my body, the way I've conditioned it, the way I came out and stuff. And it's just like, it's interesting, man. Like, for example, another thing that like when I'm bulking, thinking about 40 minutes of stairs.
Oh my gosh.
After a leg day that I just finished.
Yeah.
Sounds torturous. When we started that first 10-minute session, it was actually hard as hell. And now we're at the end of our cut, and I think about cardio, and I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be hard, but I can crank out 40 minutes. Like,
yeah, for sure, dude. Like, if I had to do 20 minutes, I'd be like, oh, okay,
20 minutes.
But like at the beginning of the bulk, I would have been like, 20 minutes.
Damn.
What?
Yeah, we're starting high.
Yeah, why so high?
Yeah,
like,
how high are we gonna go? Yeah, but yeah, you're right, dude. 20 minutes right now would be like it would literally feel like stepping on the Stairmaster, pressing the button, and you'd be like, wait, it's over?
Yeah,
I didn't
seriously.
I didn't get to post my Instagram picture.
I didn't even get through a whole like random YouTube video.
Dude. It's so trippy to me to talk about the differences, and I'll have people be like, yo, man, should I do cardio while I'm bulking? And I'm like, yes, you should.
You should.
But will you? Or will
probably
you
not.
I shalt not. Personally, I'm not going to, because I've already done this a million times, so I can't even lie to myself. I already know what.
I will lie to myself and say I'll try.
Dude, good for you, man, because I did that too.
I'm going to try, man. I'm going to try like maybe 20 minutes every 3 days.
Every time I've said it, and it has never happened, because, you know, you're at that super far end spectrum, like we've been saying, and then all of a sudden you don't have to necessarily do it. So then you're like, man, I don't have an extra 30 minutes. I want to get home and edit my video. Yeah. Even though you do have it. Like when it becomes imperative because we have competition, you damn have the time.
You make that time.
Yeah.
You make it.
You're going to do your work a little bit later that night.
Yeah, you're going to sleep late. Yep,
exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly. But when it's not forced on you, it's a little hard.
Like, oh, no, I can't. Got to do some stuff over there. Yeah. Oh, I left. See you later.
That's why I think it's so cool, man. Because
but I do have 40 minutes to sit in the sauna. What?
yeah, that's true, man. I would sit in the sauna for like an hour and a half.
You were crazy, bro.
I'm done with that.
Yeah, right. We'll see.
Shoot, man. The whole competition thing it's so interesting to me.
Absolutely,
man. If you're interested in it, I think you should do it, man. I don't think you should fight yourself against doing it. I don't think you should tell yourself not to do it. I think you should. It's worth it.
Definitely do it, but I think 100% if you're doing it for the first time, you should have someone coaching you.
Yeah.
Just
good point.
Because it's so easy for us as humans to want to just cut and cut and cut and cut and cut things and cut things. So you'll have at least someone saying, okay, maybe stop cutting. Or if you're on the opposite end, you're like, oh, I'm good. They'll tell you, hey, you're not losing any fat. You need to cut a little bit more. Just so you'll have that other eyes on you that you're paying, so it's their job to make you look as best as possible. I say this just because if I were to do this prep by myself, it would have been so hard for me to not try and maybe cut more calories or just be like, but having Brian basically coach me, I was able to text him and say, because like he said, I would always be like, hey, should I drop the calories by 100? And it was almost always a yes, like this is when you should cut them. But it was just nice having that and having another set of ears and eyes on me to give me maybe the stuff I already thought, or give me the stuff that was like, no, you're wrong, like we need to fix, like stuff like that. So
mental insurance for sure. Yeah, it's like you said, that's a really good point. A lot of people will be like, okay, I'm cutting right now, and I'm like 8 weeks out, I don't feel like I look shredded as hell.
Yeah.
So I'm on a 500 calorie deficit. I might as well make it 1,000 calorie deficit. It'll be twice the amount of fat loss.
Yeah.
And obviously, I mean, that's not the way to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, having a coach or whatever, you're going to be like, yo, is it cool if I cut a little harder? And they'll be like, you know what? You can cut a little harder, but we're going to go 650 deficit, not 1,000 deficit.
Yeah.
Like it just helps you make wiser choices.
Yeah.
And also, yeah, like you said, man, like mentally, this is something I think is difficult. If you try to coach yourself, you stress yourself out, man. And by stressing yourself out, you're not sure if you're doing things right and stuff. And so maybe you switch the plan constantly. So you're not sure if what's working or what's not working. You're changing it so damn much. Not to mention, if you're stressed out, you're releasing so much cortisol into your body. And by doing that, you're breaking down muscle, you're adding fat, and you're holding water. So maybe you are on point. You hit your calories exactly what you should have done. You're doing the plan that the coach would have given you anyways, but you don't believe in yourself.
Yeah.
So that cortisol makes your body look worse the next couple of days. And then you think, I must be doing something wrong. It looks worse in these last couple of days. And then you make wrong choices. So you're right. I think having a coach the first time is a wise choice. And I think also, if you do get a coach, please take note of what you're doing. Don't just lackadaisically do what they say.
Yeah,
and not
absolutely.
Remember
do
it.
your research, because there's coaches out there that you guys know that'll just be like, eat 400 grams of protein and no carbs for 3 months. Obviously listen to your coach, and like you should trust them. Hopefully you trust them, but do your research too and be like, is this healthy? Is this what I should be doing? And if you don't think so, talk to them. And if they get mad at you or argue with you, maybe they're not the right coach. But if they listen and they're like, okay, you know what, like, maybe they're right. Maybe, and then they kind of maybe change the plan for you, then that's the right coach for you, know?
And also, once you've gone through one competition, if you did, please take note of what you were doing the entire time. Yeah. Then the next time you do it, you should have a rough draft of what you did. And then you should take note of what you thought did or didn't work very well for you, and then adjust it. So like maybe your coach gives you way too many carbs on the day of competition and you look just super watery and stuff. So you're like, maybe next time I'll try having a little less carbs. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, get your main plan and then modify as you go. And I think that's the best way to do it.
Absolutely.
Is there anything else you want to touch on, man? My diet brain is getting hard on me. It's been like an hour and I'm thinking about food.
Dude, I am too. I already know exactly what I'm eating when I get home.
What are you eating? I'm curious.
Okay, well, I'm going to be eating... Dude, this is the lamest... Dude, we're 2 days out.
So
don't judge me, everyone watching this.
It ain't exciting.
So it's going to be... I'm going to have 2 meals of 200 grams of white rice with 4 ounces of chicken. I'll have that twice. And then I'm going to have 3 ounces of oatmeal with 2 servings... not 3 ounces, 3 servings of oatmeal with 2 servings of peanut butter. But this is the kicker. This is how I make it every single night. When I'm heating the oats in the microwave, I eat 1 serving of peanut butter by itself because that's amazing. And then the last serving of peanut butter I put in the oats. And it's heaven. Every night, dude. I get a bunch of carbs right before I go to sleep, and I look the best in the whole day right before I sleep. And then I'm like, dang, I should eat more during the day. And then I wake up and be like, nah, I'll be good. Every time. I do intermittent fasting now. So and it's not even because like I think it's great. It's just I like to eat before I go to sleep, And so that'll be me. What about you, man? I know you know.
Shoot, man. I actually don't honestly know. I think we're gonna go with some tofu, some rice, so I can keep the fiber low.
Nice. Yeah. It's literally like if this was like 4 days ago, I would have had probably like 12 servings of broccoli as well.
Exactly. That's what I would have been.
Instead of the 2 servings, the 200 grams of rice, I would have 1 200 grams of rice, and then the rest is broccoli. Yep. And that's like 4 bags of broccoli.
So you get to just chew and chew and chew and
yes,
chew and chew and chew and chew and chew
forever.
Yeah, man. It's funny that you said it's heaven. And you're talking about literally a serving of freaking peanut butter.
Hey,
and
man.
a serving of plain oats with like cocoa powder, maybe like flavored out. I don't know. Like, and if you walked up to
If
someone
they
eating
heard
a Cinnabon,
what we were saying, that they would hate me. Okay, the oats would.
the oats would be betraying you.
They would be betraying me.
But if you went to a Cinnabon and you were explaining to somebody how you had heaven in your hand and you were eating oats, they'd be like,
they would be like, hey, take one bite of anything here. Like even the floor tastes better than that.
And you have this heaven meal pretty much every single night that it works for you. So I think going through competition prep or something that's similarly difficult as this improves your stick-to-itiveness.
Yeah, it does.
It makes you into a machine that can derive pleasure from doing the same thing over and over.
Oh yeah, man.
You don't have to like chase a new flavor every single night.
No, not at all. Like the thing it's taught me is how much I enjoy because I'm kind of backpedaling, but when you're dieting like this, you're thinking about food all the time, right?
Everything's plans.
Yeah. So if I can do anything in my power to make myself not think about food, I'll do it. And when it comes to prepping food and getting food ready and thinking about what I'm going to eat, if I can make that go away and just be like, I know what I'm going to have when I go home and I look forward to those meals, then that's fine with me. I have no problems with looking forward to eating, rice and oatmeal. Like I don't have a problem with that, and peanut butter, because it's amazing and it makes me happy and I don't have to think about what am I going to cook? How am I going to cook it? When is it going to happen? It's just done.
Truth, man. Like every single day after we've done our workout for the last like week and a half, 2 weeks, we go and get a coffee, which it has 0 calories, but it gives us a flavor. It gives us taste bud energy. And then for me personally, I usually go home and I make my black bean pasta. And because I can look forward to that, I already know the flavors I'm about to enjoy. I'm about to enjoy like some aromatic, roasty coffee, and then I'm going to have this tomatoey, salty type of boom. And it's just like such a satisfying thought, even just knowing it's about to happen in 30 minutes and 20 minutes. And when after this drive, after I walk in the door, now we get to eat the food. And that crosses over to like other areas of your life. For example, like that stick-to-itiveness that you're building. Like when we're cutting, we get an Instagram picture up every single day after our weightlifting during our first 10-15 minutes of cardio. And that's like a task that you look forward to and you guarantee is going to be done. You derive satisfaction because after it, you've produced something, you've done something productive.
And the same thing with YouTube videos for me, doing the video every day for peak week, I film during the morning, I'll film the workout, I'll film a little bit after the workout, and then I have to edit the video for a couple hours. So I'll end the video, edit it, get it up, and then I wake up, there's comments, it's great, and I feel great about getting the video up, and then I just do it all over again.
It creates a routine. It creates that stick-to-itiveness. And if you didn't have like the whole schedule, like, okay, I'm about to post an Instagram picture at this, I should make sure I take a picture during the workout, I'm going to edit and post it. If you don't know, that's you're just randomly doing things. You're just like, I need to put a picture up. Oh, I forgot. Oh, I need to make a video. What should I make it about? It decreases your stick-to-itiveness because
absolutely
you're not as machine-matic. It's a good thing, man.
Yeah,
it
really is.
The last thing I want to touch on, and probably touch on this really quick because I don't think we need to go too far into this, but I do want to touch on actual weight training. I feel like a lot of people have a lot of questions about that when it comes to competition prep and as you're getting smaller and stuff. The question I've gotten over and over and over is, have you lost size and have you lost strength? Inevitably, you will lose both. You're going to lose both.
Yeah. And if you're doing it if you're contest prepping. If you're just cutting, maybe you don't have to lose strength. I get that. Like if you're just trying to lose a little bit of weight. But if you're contest prepping and getting down to 7% body fat, even 8% body fat, like you're gonna lose strength. Like I at least I think so.
Absolutely,
especially if you're benching 400 pounds and you're telling me I don't know, man. Unless you're doing other things. If you're natural, let's talk about just being natural. Let's keep it natural. Then I think it's inevitable. And then like obviously size wise for sure.
Of course.
And then people get it misconstrued as well because they see you on a day-to-day basis. So they might see you on a day where you have no pump, you have no glycogen, it's all gone and you look wiry. Yeah, but that's not lost muscle mass. That's just looking flat and deflated, because we are depleted, you know.
Yeah, and for me, I've probably lost maybe like 20-25% of my strength. But that's okay.
It comes back.
It's fine.
I can't wait. It's gonna be fun for it to come. I'm excited for that.
It's really fun. It's really fun as you start to add the calories back in. It's really rewarding. But yeah, man, like for some reason people have this idea in your mind that for you to have done perfect on your prep, you have had to have lost only fat and stayed completely the same muscle mass and kept your strength the whole time. And if you don't, then they're like, it was your diet. It was messed up. You're unhealthy. You're cutting way too fast. You're being anorexic about it.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Or your training style is stupid. You should have done more strength sets than hypertrophy sets. People get so critical about it, but I think it's just important to like note that stuff happens, and you should, when you go into a contest prep, accept it already.
And embrace it, man.
Embrace it, man.
Embrace it.
Embrace it. Yeah. And don't beat yourself up, man. You're going to look a little skinny. It's okay. Like you said, man, you're going to be low on glycogen. Some days you're going to feel like you look and feel, and you can't get a pump and stuff, but it comes back. You know what I mean? You're playing with your lowest and your under calories all the time. You're never refilled all the way. So you don't really know what you actually look like for 16 weeks straight. You don't know what you look like.
We're getting close though, man. I'm like, it's every hour that passes, I just think, man, so tonight is, what's tonight? It's Thursday night, right? So when we're recording this is Thursday, and tomorrow is Friday, which is the day before the competition, and we're getting our tans at 2:30. So I don't know why, but for some reason, to me, once I get the tan, it's on, for real, 100%, and that's in a
preparation
few hours.
Is over.
Yeah,
now it's time.
Done. So, oh man, I'm just, because this is my first show, so I've never done this, man.
Buzzing, bro.
Never thought I was gonna do this, and I remember being 4 weeks out, being like, man, this is getting really hard, and I feel like we have a long time to go, and it's just I don't even know how to explain it, and I'm just really thankful for the people listening right now. The people that are just on my side, on my channel, and commenting nice things. I don't think people really understand how much it means and how much it helps. Because obviously, especially for me, this doesn't affect Brian as much. I know this for a fact, but especially for me, when I get negative comments, especially when I'm deep in a deficit, I am so moody. But when there's one negative comment to 15, 20, 25, 30 positive ones, it's a lot easier to kind of let that one go and just be in the positive. But even these past, it's been crazy. I think because other people are getting hyped as well. Yeah. Even in these past 4 days, the comments on my YouTube videos have just been so nice, man.
Nice.
People saying I'm more excited about the show than you are. This show means more to me than it does to you, and that just blows my mind. So I don't know. I just wanted to end this, at least my part, just saying thank you to everyone that's been supportive, and trust me, I'm very excited, and I just can't wait. We're so close, man.
Absolutely, man. It's buzzing right now. Yeah, man. When I'm on that stairs, man, sometimes I honestly will get to about 25 minutes out of the 40 minutes, and about that 25 to 30 minute spot is where I start getting dead legs. My legs really start being heavy. They're not herting necessarily, but they're heavy.
You're just thinking there's no way I can finish. There's no way today that I'm going to be able to do 40.
Exactly, man. Each step is so thick. It's so hard. You can just imagine hitting your toe into the front of the step instead of actually making it, and then just falling and stopping and being I'm over. I'm just letting go of any energy I have.
Absolutely.
But dude, when I'm doing my cardio, sometimes I open my snap up.
Yeah, because I let people, man.
It's awesome, dude. I let people know that I am doing cardio for the next 40 minutes. So in the next 40-minute window, I'm going to be looking at my Snapchat. And then I think people just think man, if I can say something nice to him right now, I feel like it's going to encourage him. And it fucking lights my ass up, man.
Dude.
When I get somebody say dude, I've been watching the whole damn prep and I'm so proud of you. You've inspired me so much. I've seen you struggle a little bit. I saw the video where you had the worst day, but what you've done now has inspired me to do what I need to do for the next year. And it's and then you think, I inspired you to do what you need to do for the next year. I can finish 400 more steps. Do it. 1, 2, 1, 2, left, right, right. I get a little bit irritated, not irritated, but I get a little bit irritated. I get irritated at myself for thinking
absolutely.
that maybe I should stop a little early. It's not really going to matter that much. I'll just eat a little bit less. I get no, dude. There's people that are inspired by this little grind thing that I'm doing right here. It would be embarrassing and childish of me to just stop.
They're working 2 jobs. They're doing this. They're doing that. They're killing it.
What, am I going to let my emotions?
I'm complaining about making a YouTube video or standing on these stairs for 40 more minutes.
Dude, those messages, I don't think you guys understand. Those messages mean the world to us. And I try to respond to every single person that sends in a Snapchat or I try to respond to almost every single comment I have on my YouTube. And because I want people to know, man, what you just did to me was motivated me. You put a smile on my face and you put a little pep in my almost dead step.
Yeah, seriously. But it's been cool. literally like before I even step on the stairs, just being like, well, there's no way I'm finishing today. And then finishing it and just being like, wow. Like,
every day,
man. It's
every time, every time, no matter how you've been feeling, especially you, man, because you kind of let me know how you're feeling more than I let you know how I'm feeling.
Yeah, I know.
I can tell if it's like a really tough day for you that day. You know, I can tell if like you're being quiet or whatever. So by the time we get to the cardio, I can tell whether you're like, it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. Or if you're like, dude, I am out of this. But every single time, man, like you said, you finish and then you're like, dude, I feel way better now.
Yeah.
I'm stoked.
Seriously.
I'm stoked I got this done, dude. It's been a blast, man. This has been my single favorite contest prep I've done.
Me too.
I knew you were gonna say that, you cheeky bastard. But no, it's been such a different experience for me to do it with my friends. I have this huge group. I mean, Chelsea, you, LP, JD. Not to mention, we have 4 or 5 other people who are competing with us. We have 20, 30 people who are showing up physically just to watch us, driving in from 8 hours north, dude, from Yuma, Arizona, from all sorts of different places. And I feel like this time I'm not doing it by myself anymore. The first couple times I was doing it by myself, no matter how many like supporters I have, like in terms of like my family, friends or whatever, like that was nice. But like now I'm like doing it with other people who are doing it with me, not supporting
I honestly couldn't imagine doing this prep without you, you know, LP and JD and Chelsea, like, because it's just been so nice to be able to send you guys like progress photos and be like, yeah, man, you're looking great. Like, keep killing it. Or like send the progress photos. And then Brian's like, all right, well, we're going to drop the calories on you. Like, but like just, you know, just to have that just support group. And then, it's just been I hate calling things journeys. Yeah, but like it has been one.
It's
like
been a chapter,
really,
bro. Like
when I look back at that first video where I announced that I was going to be bulking, and then like just seeing where my mind was then, and then where it's come, and like I've gone through even hair changes. I had bleached hair, now I have a buzz cut. Like it's just been, man, like. And I just feel really, really lucky and blessed that I've been able to document, not even that for you guys, like I think that's great, but like just document it for myself. Yeah. And to have that is so like awesome to me. Yeah. So it's been amazing. It's been amazing.
Yeah, it's been a blast, man, and it's been really cool to see my friends kicking ass and taking pride in themselves. That's one of my favorite things, just seeing how proud like LP is that he's stuck to every single thing. Seeing how proud you are of where your mindset is now compared to like what we're talking about, compared to when you first thought you were gonna bulk and that was a scary thing, and now you're doing the exact opposite, something that you never thought you would ever do, something that you thought, like I remember we used to talk about your loose skin and you were afraid to take your shirt off in the locker room with only the guys in there. Yeah. Like and now it's like, that's not only just gonna be the stage, that's gonna be like hundreds of thousands of people watching it. Yeah, it's such a cool thing to see, man. And it's, I don't know, man, if you appreciate your friends, it's a cool thing to see. Yeah, dude. So it's just, I don't know, it's been so cool. We're definitely diet braining and getting emotional right now. So it's just kind of droning on to like, oh man, I just feel so, dude, I just love you so much, man. So I think this is a good time to wrap it up, right around the hour mark. I like it. I loved that we got this talking, because right before this conversation, we actually had diet brained and forgotten that we wanted to have this conversation.
He's not lying at all.
You were getting ready to leave.
I was like, all right, I think I might go. And he's like, oh, we didn't record the podcast. I was like, all right, let me eat some rice cakes and I'm down.
I mean, let me get 4 of yours, bro. Is that fine?
Yeah, I asked. Seriously.
But I'm so stuff like
this is going to be something that I'll be able to look back on, man. It's just like this it's being able to document stuff. It's so much fun. Like if you're even just taking pictures for Instagram, document them. Don't even post them if you don't want to, but document it. It will motivate you. I promise. Yeah.
And truly being able to like go, like when we go back a year from now, we'll be able to hear the excitement that's in our voices right now. We'll be able to hear the emotion. And
I'm excited to watch this in 3 days. I'm not watching anything. I'm listening to, but I am excited to. Okay.
It's sentimental, man. Yeah. It really is. It's cheesy. It means so much. But anyways,
we did it again.
We did it again, man. We got emotional on you guys, man. I just want to say thank you guys for listening to this podcast. If you are listening to this on iTunes, you can go ahead and click the subscribe button and you will be updated anytime that there's a new episode. It'll just automatically download to your iTunes, which is dope. And like I said, if you guys ever want to support the channel or the podcast, you can just use my Amazon link to purchase anything that you're going to purchase on Amazon anyways, amazonbrian.com. Make sure that if you're not following Obese to Beast already, you go follow him on Instagram, which is obese_TO2. _beast.
Yes.
And then on YouTube, it's just the whole
Obese to
word.
Beast. Yeah,
Obese to
man.
Beast.
And then if you want to hit me up on the Snapchat, that's always fun. Obese to Beast Fit.
That is fun. That's like one of your funnest things to watch, bro.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
You're such a clown.
I love it, man. It's too much fun, man.
All right, guys. That's it. We're going to wrap it up. I love you all. I appreciate you being up in here. And
yeah, if you made it this far, you're awesome.
yeah, if you made it this far, then Team Jacoby. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Team Beyond the Week.
See you later.
CT. Lift heavy or die, MIRIN, motherfucker.